haven't done this yet,
This
so I'm
is
really
welcome to
excited
Scrum.
because yeah, you're all very excited. I can see that. Yeah, very quiet.
They're great.
Yeah.
Saraya, Nick Hausman, Wrestling Inc. Thank you so much for the time. Obviously, huge night for you. Physically, how are you feeling after returning to action, and how often can we expect to see you wrestling going forward?
Yeah, so I feel fantastic, and the wonderful thing about, I mean, Tony really takes care of us, like, down to a T. He was like, I'm not going to let you get back in the ring until you're officially, like, 100% ready to go. And I was like, I promise you, I've got this, like, I promise you. So, you know, we did MRIs, we did CT scans, we did x-rays, and my neck was just 100% ready to go. And I was shocked. I was like, well, I didn't realize it'd be 100%, but, you know, but we got there. And the thing is that, again, with Tony, too, is like, he's very understanding when it comes to, you know, injuries and stuff like that. So he said, you know, I want to take it slow coming back. I don't want to rush back in like I did, you know, the last time where it's just a lot of work straight away. And he was just so understanding. Like, I really appreciate him. So, yeah, so I'm happy that I got to do this in AEW too. I've been wanting to come here for a long time. So I felt like just very, very cool that I got to do that here today. Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, Ryan, Pat LaPrade from TV Sports
Good to
Montreal.
see you.
How much training did you have time to do, especially bumping since October 31st and tonight?
Yeah. So luckily, you know, I got to go home to the UK recently, and we did some training there, which was, I mean, training with my family is always a plus. That's where I started. And I got to go to the Santino Bros ring in California. Jungle Boy actually offered me his ring too, but I didn't get to go around there. But I will be going back there and asking him to use his ring and stuff. So I did a lot of training. I didn't try and do like 100% like bumping around until I knew my neck was like 100% okay. And then it was like an everyday thing. Like I even had a signing and I had to cancel it because I was like, no, I have to focus on this, you know, as 100% like in on this. So it did take a lot, and I know like even in the match today, like I am rusty. It's been 5 years, and I try to give 110%, you know, and I feel like I did do that. I gave as much as I could. And, you know, working with Britt she's a star, you know, she's an absolute star. She helped me a lot. And so, yeah, long story short, I had to work out a lot, and I'm going to continue to do so. Yeah.
Bill Pritchard, WrestleZone.com. There's been a lot of talk in preparation, obviously, going into the match and training. Are there any sort of protocols you have to follow following a match, just to, you know, see where your neck and general health is at afterwards, to kind of look towards the next one? Yeah,
so the doctors are fantastic here too. Again, they were also the ones that was like, we need to go to outside doctors too, just to like be 100% ready to go. So before the match, they worked on my neck, they heated it, they put those pads on, those electric pad things, and then they doing all the pressure point stuff, and they said, we'll do this every single time that you're here, even when you're not wrestling, you know. And then afterwards, they came up and checked on me to make sure I was okay. You know, they, you know, massaged it a little bit. They felt it around just to make sure everything was good. I was like, I promise you guys, I'm so good. But everyone is just so, you know, overly cautious. They want to be, but just know I'm 100% fantastic, and I feel good. So I'm happy.
John Pollock over here.
Hi.
Sorry, I just want to know how you felt coming out of Wednesday's show with the segments with you and Britt, and coming in with this crowd tonight. Did you feel the story was going to be Saraya's comeback match, or that here's the outsider coming in to take on one of the big, homegrown stars? How did you feel coming in tonight?
So, you know, Britt, again, was the first ever signee here in AEW. Like, she has built this division, so I totally understand that. And yeah, I was an outsider coming in, but, you know, it was just more between, like, me and Britt. It was just such a special moment for like, us two. And, yeah, I just felt like, I'm stepping out of character a little bit here, but I just feel like, you know, with Britt, she really carried me throughout this whole thing. Like, truly, like, she's an absolute pro. Like, I was rusty when it came to promos and stuff like that, and I felt like we delivered a really good in-ring promo. And then the next week, you know, she just did this beautiful baby face where I was like, oh man, this is gonna be tough. That's why I was just like, with me and her, there's no real heel and face. You just cheer for who you want to cheer for. You either cheer for the homegrown talent, or you cheer for the girl that comes back from a career-ending injury, you know.
Mike? Hi, I'm Mike Johnson, PWInsider.com.
Hello.
Obviously, you've been through a lot the last couple of years. I want to ask you emotionally, what was that whirlwind like from the time you walked out to the time you knew the match was done and you were physically good?
By the time the match was done, I was like, thank gosh, but no, walking out, this is the most nervous I've ever been in my career, because I want to give 100%, and I know, like, in AEW, like, I felt like I had to step up my wrestling game, because wrestlers like everywhere are fantastic, but I feel like if the caliber of AEW women's wrestling is just so high, and I'm like, man, like, we have Tony and we have, Jamie Hayter on the show today, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, please go before them, because they're just so good. They're so fun. All the women here are so good. So yeah, I had a lot of emotions, like, okay, and also I feel like there was a lot of eyes on the match too, because a lot of eyes, like even non-wrestling fans, and so there was just a lot of focus on this show, and I was like, man, I don't want to let anybody down. I don't want to let Tony down. He's giving me this opportunity, and I'm so happy. But yeah, but we got through it, and once we got done, I was like, okay, I can like relax for a second, But yeah, I'm just over the moon. I can't believe I have my first match back. I never thought this would happen in my life.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Last question? Anyone else?
It's Mayor John Allen podcast team. The essence of pro wrestling is when the fans feel with the performers and the performers feel the fans in return, and that was something that you didn't get to experience for a long time, and it looked like you might never feel that again. So how meaningful was that for you to have that opportunity to form that connection once more?
To have that adrenaline rush again, that feels fantastic. You always miss that, so I'm saying wrestlers never retire because we miss that adrenaline rush too much. So yeah, like after being out for like 5 years and like I was sitting on my ass for like 2 years when I didn't want to be, I wanted to do stuff, I couldn't. So, as soon as Tony gave me the call, he was just like, we're gonna do this, and he got me so excited, and I was like, I haven't felt this way about wrestling in so long. Like I'm really excited to get like I'm really excited to come here, and we're just, all guns blazing was like fantastic, and then to actually like get the clearance and just being like, what the heck, like what is happening, like my dreams are coming true right now, this is fantastic. So it's definitely a whirlwind of emotion. I was extremely like anxious the whole day today, and like the last 3 weeks actually I've been like very, very anxious. I was nervous going into this promo in the ring, and I was like, I have to make up for the first promo I did because I feel like I didn't 100% deliver. So I had pressure with that one, but then also with the match too. So there was so many emotions, but I can come out of it just being like, I'm so happy with the way it turned out. I'm really pleased.
Last question, Liam?
Hi, Saraya. Congrats on the return match tonight. This is kind of the debut on a big stage for Saraya. You obviously wrestled as Paige in WWE. Kind of talk to me about reintroducing yourself to the mainstream audience inside the ring, while also bringing new elements with your name now being Saraya.
It feels so good to be myself. Like that's so important. Is that like when I'm here, I don't feel like a product. I feel like me, and that's all I've wanted to feel like, and like just having that freedom to be myself is so great. I know that I'll start getting more character stuff out there eventually, but right now I'm just like, I'm excited to just be Saraya and just having my name out there. And I'm surprised when I debuted, so many people knew my name, because I thought like as soon as my name popped up on the Titantron, I was just like, no one's gonna know who the heck I am, But it was so receptive, and the crowd was just absolutely ballistic, and man, it just feels good. And then when I saw my name trending for the first time as Saraya, I was like so proud. I was like, oh my gosh, Saraya's trending. Yeah, it made me feel good. So thank you as well for letting me keep my name. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Saraya.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.